Hey everyone, welcome back to another 31-minute podcast. Jordan.
Good morning.
Hello there. Jackson. Hi. Doesn't have a microphone, can't speak. How's your week been?
I'm pumped at the moment.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, pumped.
Why is that?
I just feel great.
Yeah.
I reckon this has been the best start to any year I've ever had.
The best.
Start to any year that I've ever had. Good listings coming on, just getting called here, there and everywhere.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, good.
I'm pumped.
Is that a good thing, getting called here, there and everywhere?
No, I just like
the
like when
activity?
the phone rings, yeah.
Yep.
I'll just build stuff from that. But yeah, I think it's really good.
Yeah,
Pumped.
very good.
I feel great too.
Today I want to talk about frequency.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll talk about managing frequency. So it's one thing to talk about it, it's another thing to live it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's not an easy thing to do sometimes.
You're like Mr. Frequency.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not when you got life and it's like trying to stay settled in Dodgem cars. Like if you're in a Dodgem car and you're like, oh, just cruise around.
Yeah, that's a good
People
point.
go, pow, pow, pow.
Yeah.
You know, and that's sort of like life. You know, things happen. How do you manage it? What do you do? Do you get what I mean? So I think it's a really relevant one to talk about.
Yeah, I agree. Good to start the year too.
Yeah, I think so.
Before you start getting punched in the face by the marketplace and life.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can get really excited about stuff, but it's hard to hold on to that. You know, it's hard to hold on to the excitement of. I was with a guy yesterday actually, and that we'd sold a house for, and he sent a New Year's resolution because he goes, "I didn't know you did podcasts and things." I was like, "Oh yeah," and he goes, "Oh yeah, I was listening to New Year's resolution one." He said a New Year's resolution. His name's Trent, so if Trent's watching this, and Lauren, 6 years ago, and never broke it. Still,
Really?
for drinking.
He just gave up drinking.
New Year's Eve, said, "I'm not drinking anymore," and gave it up. That's it. Finished.
Wow.
You know why? Without him knowing, it's frequency. He didn't want to feel bad anymore. And it's very true. It's like that. You know, you sort of choose how you feel.
Did he say how it changed his life or anything?
He's loving it.
Yeah.
He's got a company, you know, air conditioning company. And but when I say loving it, like, you know, they're a young family just moving through life that made a choice not to go on that roller coaster of, well, without them knowing, it's frequency. It's the thing. And we're in control of that. You know, like things happen, like, well, it's life. You know, things are going to go good and things are not going to go good sometimes. But I think sometimes we actually make ourselves not go good because we get caught up in an argument with someone. Like an argument with someone is, what did I hear on the somewhere the other day? Arguing with someone's like drinking poison, hoping they get sick. You know,
That's true.
it is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you think about your point of attraction, so that's really what it's about. Your frequency is just your point of attraction. What sort of life do you want? You know, what sort of life do you want? And I think it comes back to that. You got to have a bit of a purpose. Say, okay, well, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? And like, let's talk about ourselves for a second. Like I'm constantly on this journey of, how do I find better? How do I find better? What do I need to do? There's always going to be competition. There's always going to be changes in life and challenges in life. But you can sort of lean on the side of, oh, this is happening to me, or lean on the side of what good's going to come out of this. Every moment is that.
Do you think if you're not happy, it's much easier for your frequency to change?
Your frequency has changed if you're not happy.
Yeah, I mean, like, but you can get in a bit of a like consistent zone, but you're not pumped in life. Like, you know when things aren't going well, and it's like you just attract more bad stuff. But if you're pumped, you got good momentum, and you're happy, you seem to be able to reflect a lot of things that would change your frequency.
Yeah, I think so. Like, do you mean like it's easier? Like, yeah, like it's easier when you're pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really got to understand what your emotions are. Your emotions have been given to you. Like, your emotions are a thing. Like, it's not, we just talk about it like you're happy. Okay, well, you're happy, but what does that mean? That's a manifestation in itself. So like we talk about everyone wants to be worth this many millions, but that's just a manifestation of what you've been thinking about and what you've been working towards. Like you want to be rich, go be rich. Like it's a choice and it's a path. Like it's not, God doesn't choose rich people.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Like
Yeah.
you're born with a willy, a bum, 2 eyes, ears, feet and legs and arms.
Yeah. And then it's like, go after it.
That's it. But you got given nothing else. Did anyone come along and go, Jordan, here's an instruction book for life. Follow this and
You'll
this
be a
is your
millionaire.
life. No. It's like you get given parents and your parents have no idea a lot of the time. It's because they've only lived their life. But you have this inner thing that's guiding you constantly. So do we have destiny? I don't know. Not sure. But you've got to have reference it to something. I believe we're put on this earth for a bit of a purpose. That's just me. I wasn't put on to do real estate, but I reckon I was put on to achieve success in some way. Like I can feel it inside. Like I'm always referencing it against it. Where am I going? Where am I going? And it was like, why do I push myself so hard? Why? You know, why do I push why am I so driven? I'm not the most successful person around, but I'm like, for myself, I'm always trying to find that next thing. And, you know, it doesn't matter where you grew up, all this sort of stuff. But it's like, you got constantly getting feedback, constantly. You know, we have performance reviews at work.
Yeah.
Wouldn't we have performance reviews at life? Like, that's just at work. Like, wouldn't we have a performance review? Like, this world is pretty amazing. Like, whether it's a flat earth or round earth or whatever, I don't really know. But it's like, we're doing something. Like, energetically, you woke up this morning. You know what's really funny about, the more you look into it, the more amazing it is. And we have talks about stuff, and sometimes you go, oh, I can't think anymore. It's taking my brain way too far.
Yeah.
That's because we're heading into a realm which we don't understand. We can't comprehend. Like, how does what I was saying before, when you go to sleep, you know, all of your hormones reset themselves every time you go to sleep. You know how you look the best in the mornings?
Yeah.
Like, you look like, I just want to look like this. You know? And then by the night, you look like not the same.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
If you're a bit of a dieter, like sort of, you know, I'm on and off always doing your weight thing, but it's really interesting how you sleep, and the best things happen when you sleep. You get the most reset. You get what charges your battery. Like, what on earth charges? You don't plug into a Tesla battery when you go to bed.
It's so true.
Don't you? It's like, what charges it? Like, we don't even think about this stuff sometimes. But why I'm saying this is not to go on this left field rant about the amazingness of life, which I just think it's like mind-boggling amazing. But we're not paying attention to what we're given. You just said, before we started this, or when we started this, I feel amazing.
Yeah.
I will guarantee today will go really well for you.
Yeah. I can already feel it now.
You can already feel it.
Yep.
I'll never forget Kelly Slater. I watched a thing before a world title. It was him and Joel Parkinson at Pipeline. And he woke up and he said he knew he was going to win. He just woke up and he said he knew he was going to win. Knew it. How? Wasn't surfed it? How? Like, we're getting this energetic, we're energy beings. Like, you know what he was saying? He was so in alignment, he could not lose. That's what he was saying. Without knowing what that, well, maybe he does know that. Maybe he's dumbing it down for you. He's a very smart guy. Kelly Slater is super smart. But he was saying, I was so in the zone, I'm unbeatable. Doesn't matter if Joel Parkinson was one of the best in the world, because when you're at that level, what's the difference in surfing capabilities?
An inch.
Yeah, an inch, like a microsecond of a wave.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Kelly Slater, Joel Parkinson, Mick Fanning, any of them.
Yeah.
Like John Florence, show me the difference.
Yeah.
But he knew anyone. Like, convincingly. Doesn't it say something? Yeah.
How do you manage your frequency?
Very badly. No, I make a decision. Like I constantly, I think a lot of trial and error over time, but I really understand what emotions are. Like I really understand them. It doesn't mean I'm perfect with them. Sure, I get angry. I get angry at the dog. The pup is so annoying. Like, you know, I get home, like it's sitting on my feet and it's like licking me, and Jackson's dog's licking me and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's one of my owners. You know, it's like, but you get angry, but you got to manage it. In that moment, you got to manage it. You know, like we're all going to get angry. That's what it's for. But it's there to tell you, hey, you're off track.
Yeah.
Nothing good will come when you're angry. Nothing good will come when you're worried. And nothing good will come when you're anxious. Nothing. If you walked in here today and you're anxious, how do you think you'd be talking right now?
Yeah. Totally different way.
Yeah. So what made you feel pumped today?
I've just been good this year. I've been healthy, back to the gym, into training hard, like managing my workload well, doing all the necessary things in the day to achieve like a result at the end where I get into bed and I go, well, that was a good day. I feel like every day this year I've laid into bed and gone, that was a good day. Like I've done everything I've needed to do. I've moved owners forward. I've moved upcoming listings forward. Like I think you can't wake up again and be disappointed because you've got the momentum from the day before.
Yeah. You know, you didn't say then, I earned $1 million today. I listed a house today. I won the high jump today. You didn't say any of that. What did you say?
I've just been having good days, managing my days correctly.
Yeah, but what did you say?
I don't know.
I moved this forward.
Oh, yeah.
I moved that forward. You know where the biggest alignment is? In the growth, not the achievement. It's in the growth. It's in working it out to get there. That's why we're not born with an instruction manual. Like if we were born with an instruction manual, it would take the whole point of life away.
Yeah.
You know, and you might say, oh, there's the Bible and there's this and that. Yeah, I understand all that. There's all these clues and mentors and people, all this sort of stuff. But the enjoyment is actually working the thing out.
Even Sunday, I went and took my baby to a water park in the entrance for 3 hours. Well, I don't have 3 hours.
When you watch her,
yeah.
So when you watch her, do you get amazed? Yeah. Do you just watch her emotions? And she has emotions.
Yeah, and the way that they just were working life out. Like they're like, if I jump on that and then jump to there, what's going to happen? And they fall off and smack their head and they're like, all right, I won't do that again.
Exactly.
Like it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. Go into the beach, wave comes, knocks her over. She just gets washed in the sand. Okay, I'm not going to walk that far down into the waves again.
Yeah.
It is. Like it's very interesting to watch them understand life at
It
such
is.
a young age. But it's no different to what we're doing now. It's just on a more educated scale.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's why you got to look inside. You can't hate on someone for doing well. You're actually working against your own energy, envy, jealousy, all of this. It's so down on the lower vibration. I look at someone when they do really well, even though I might not be able to stand that person. They might be so different to me that I'm not interested in them as a person. But I look at myself and I go, how do I get better? You know, like, how do I get better? What do I need to do? What do I need to go after? What do I need to change? How do I need to find that next energy stream where that opportunity comes to us? We were just talking about something before we got on here, and I said we need to go after that type of property.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever that is. You know, it's like looking on the inside is where all the answers are. Not, you know, when you go talk to somebody like a mentor, do you really implement what they say?
Not all the time.
Hardly ever.
Yeah.
You know, it's more about the energy of, like when you're listening to them, it's like the energy of their experience.
Yeah.
It gives you a bit of like an understanding, like, because you're going to go do what you think you want to do anyway.
I think sometimes life, though, is if you're on a path and you look back and you can see your path zigzagging and this and that and stones there and then it's smooth for a bit. But as you're looking forward, you can only just see a little bit ahead and the rest is black. That's how I feel my life is. I think a mentor helps like lighten that path up a bit and go, actually, hang on a second, I am going in the right direction. Because they can see a bit further along on your path. That's how I see it.
They can. Yeah, they can. But you're going to do what you want to do anyway.
Exactly. You don't implement it all. I've said people all the time and thought, you are nuts.
Yeah.
How the hell did you get so successful?
But you know why you're going to do what you want to do anyway? Because your guidance system is so strong. Like, it's so strong. Like, and I think we underestimate what we got here.
What did what's your billionaire friend?
Gary Teague.
He said, I don't do, we were talking about it a couple of days ago. He said, I don't do anything in business if it doesn't feel right in my belly.
Won't do a thing.
Isn't that amazing?
Not one thing. Yeah. That's one of his key principles. And he won't deal with anyone he doesn't feel totally like he wants to do business for a long time with this person.
His whole life
he won't do
business.
it. Yeah.
Amazes me.
A good example of this, my mate, Ty, might be listening. He doesn't mind me saying, but he went into business with a guy. And at the very beginning, I said to Ty, get out of it. Just don't do it. It doesn't feel right. Just don't go there. He did. You know, he's totally stuck. Like, he's totally stuck. And it's like...
Have you ever not followed, like, have you ever gone against a gut feeling and it become a disaster? Like, you would have made a lot of business decisions over the last 25 years.
Probably with clients.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I sometimes do it to you.
Probably with...
You go, it doesn't feel right. And I go, list the thing, Matt. I'll sell it, no problem.
Like, a good example, right? Yeah, totally. Like, there's so many opportunities around. And I've got, a couple of people like, oh, you need to create an online platform. Like, you have to. Like, because we get a lot of questions and things. And I think in the real estate industry, people are like, I think because I've done it all and I don't sell things and so much. And I'm not like I feel like my brand or my agenda is very like I do give value to people. Like, I'm not really like trying to gouge things out of them because I'm doing it myself anyway. But I just can't start one. Like, I just don't want to. Like, I literally, and I know like there's, quite a lot of money attached to it and a lot of scale. And, I look at Grant Cardone and all this sort of stuff. And, like, it could be like really like an interesting part of my life or big or whatever. And it just doesn't feel right. Like, I don't like training people.
Yeah.
Like, as an income, like, and I'm not a professional coach and that's not my thing. And I'd feel like I'd just be doing it for money. That's what I feel like I'd be doing. And it just, because I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and although I'm like looking at it going, oh, you could get, millions of dollars a year from that thing. But I'm like, I just can't do it because it's not feeling like that's the thing for me. And even with the 31-minute thing, this could be like, and maybe I need to move faster on things or execute, but unless it feels right, I just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't. Like, it's like and I'm sure like there will be a lot of benefit from it, but I don't want to take away from my real estate career. I have limited time to spend with training and kids and things and Tara and whatever. But it's like, do you know what I mean? Like,
it would probably be
the thing for me.
A harder road to create something like that if you're not super interested in it. Like, you've got a different frequency to that than you do in real estate.
Yeah.
We talk about real estate 24/7.
Yeah, we do.
And we're pumped about it.
Yeah.
But I picture you doing that like it's a chore. Like, this morning you'd wake up and go, oh, I've got to shoot 3 videos for my training system.
Yeah,
today.
it would kill me inside.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm like, pick up the phone, make a phone call, do this. Like, I don't feel any energy from it. Like, this podcast, how much do we get paid for this? 0. Like, 0. We put a bit of effort into all this stuff, but I like it. I do this over training someone for $20,000 an hour.
Joe Rogan didn't get paid for years and years and years, and now he's got that $100 million Spotify contract.
Yeah, I feel like, sorry, that's what we're going to say. I feel like I'm moving towards something that's going to meet me. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm moving towards someone that's going to meet me. But that's the path that I feel is right for me. And all these people are like giving me advice along the way, and I'm sort of a bit like, don't know. I can't explain it, but inside's talking to me really loud, even though I don't know and I can't see it. Like what you said, it's like a bit black moving forward. I'm like going,
Like it feels like you're on the right path, but you just can't quite see.
Yeah, I
far
can't.
enough
Like,
ahead.
it's not clicked in properly yet, but it will.
Do you think it'll get to a point, like we talk about this all the time? Like, what's the next 5 years for you? What's the next 10? Like, do you think at some point that something else will come in? Like, you'll always do
Well,
real estate,
Yeah,
and you'll always have.
I think your success has become very important to me.
Mm,
I think that's one thing. I like making sure you're running real fast and your profile's building. I think I don't know why, but I really want to see that happen. I mean, I know why, but it's like
yeah,
not that I directly like that's. I don't get anything from that exactly, apart from you like seeing you succeed is great. It's good for the business. But also I just see that thing in you, which I need to sort of help you mold a little bit.
yeah.
Get your ego in check. But, I don't know. I like selling houses. Like I do. I get a lot of, like I'm good at it.
Yeah.
And I, and
But you still spend a lot of time doing it. Like for anybody listening, you work more hours than me, and
Yeah.
I work like from the moment I open my eyes to the moment I shut them.
yeah,
You just happen to be up earlier and a little bit and in bed later. But like, I'm interested to know: do you trade that 80 hours and do or 100 hours that we work and trade it for 50 and do 50 doing something else?
you know what's on my mind at the moment?
Yeah.
Like how much money do you need? Like it's been on my mind the last couple of days, and it's funny you ask because I'm like, I was talking to my business partner yesterday, and I was like, how much money do you actually really need? Like, not for any reason apart from like it's interesting to me. So if you're like, that's just a question on my mind. Like, you got properties and you got investments, and when do you sort of like just? I was thinking about people retiring, like they go, and one of my clients made me think of it. She's like, I'm retiring on June. I'm retiring in June. I'm like, isn't that funny? So it's like June, and then it's like retiring. And I was thinking the other side of that is like, what then? And she burst into tears.
Did she?
I'm like, isn't that funny? A funny emotion. And I'm like, wow. Like, does she want it? Does she not? Is she like crying?
Do you think some people retire because they feel like, it's about the time that I need to retire?
Yeah, sort of.
Like in the inside.
Yeah.
Like, how many people do we know that retire and then go back to work a year later, either because their wife goes, for God's sake, I'm divorcing you if you don't go back to work or do something.
Yeah.
Chris Smith, perfect example.
Yeah.
Do you know the story of Chris?
Yeah, he sold his
He
supermarkets.
retired at like 32
Yeah.
and was off for a year, and his wife Amanda said, I'm not kidding, Chris, you got to go and find something else to do. I'm not spending the next 40 years with you just bumming around in the house.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
he found real estate. So that's my question to you. I know you love real estate, but do you just do something else?
I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
I'm just letting it sort of all unfold. Yeah.
One last thing. This is how I see retirement. I want to once I get to an income where I feel like you'd know what a good enough, whether it's $1 million or more, and I'm just going to create as many assets as I can until they pay me $1 million a year.
Yeah, that's good.
And then once that happens, then I don't need to worry about anything else.
Yeah, I think that's excellent. And that's a really good goal. Like, I've never been driven by money. Like, I like it, and I like
You've always
the
been very
sport
good at
of it.
making it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just never really been driven by it. Like, I've never really been, like, I'd like to be worth 100 million. I've always liked that. I was talking to John McGrath.
I've been saying
yesterday.
that for a long time.
Yeah, I have. And because I think 100 million is like pretty, like, it's just a number in my head. Like, I'll just get to there.
Yeah.
And, John McGrath even was talking yesterday, and he's like, he goes, we've got to get you 100 million, Matt. Like, even he knows, he's known it for a long time. It's just been a benchmark. I've been like, let's get to there. But the money is, I mean, how many Country Road t-shirts do you buy, and how much Bondi Meal Prep do you buy? You can only buy so much in the week and stuff like that. And I don't really want all these cars and things. Like, I just see them as a headache.
You and I were having a slight disagreement about that
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah. And I'd been a bit embarrassed. I saw a yellow Lamborghini yesterday pull up, and I was like, I'd be so embarrassed driving that car. Like, I would just be totally embarrassed. Actually, I was we were down the beach. We were down at Bondi, and Jackson goes, here comes Jordan. Yeah, that's right. It's this thing. Like, everyone's looking at it, and it's this yellow thing, a yellow number plate. I'm like, oh my goodness. I couldn't think of anything worse. I get in my Land Cruiser.
Yeah. And they Toyota call you and pretty much like, do you want the brand new model for free? And we'll just take your old one back. And you're like, nah, I'm okay.
No, I cancelled it. Yeah, I'm just going to keep my old one. Yeah, but let's just get back on track for a second and talk about frequency, because I really want to like bring this home. I think you are. Someone said to me once a long time ago, an investment banker, you're your own advertising company. So you're your own advert. So I think that when you feel great, you naturally have this energy, this resonance, like an aura. So I think auras are very real. I think we're an energy being.
Yeah.
You can stand next to a stove and feel the heat coming out of it. And I think we're the same. We're radiating energy continuously. So I don't know if you know, but when you sit with somebody, like now, me, Jackson, but when I'm talking to you, so this is a directional microphone. And Jackson's constantly, he's done it twice since we've been sitting here talking. He's like, talk closer into it. So it can only pick up a certain range, but you've got to talk directly into it, and it sounds fantastic.
Yep.
So when you're sitting and talking to somebody, our energy is crossing over. Like, you can feel my energy when I'm talking to you. That's why it's important when you look into somebody's eyes, when Tony Robbins says you look into their soul, but our energy is connecting and crossing over.
Yeah.
So if I just said to you, Jordan, I really think you're an arrogant piece of crap. How did your energy feel?
Yeah.
Did you feel it like almost disconnect a little bit? Like, whoa. But if I said, Jordan, I really appreciate you. I think you are one of the greatest young men I've ever had the privilege of working with, and I really want to be instrumental in your success. I think you're right on track.
Fills the tank up.
Yeah. Do you feel like our energy connecting though?
Yeah.
It's almost like it moves into it more.
Yeah.
So remember, when you deal with people and you say hello to them and you're talking, you're reading their energy more than you are listening to their words. So have you ever seen someone talking, they're looking at their mouth and they're like when they're looking at it, because they're registering everything all at once. And it's the most important underestimated or little known thing, that when you're dealing with people, the highest frequency, most dominant energy will win. So you can go to a listing presentation. I don't really want to talk real estate too much. This is a global generic thing. But whatever business you're in, whether you're a psychologist or you're a florist or you're anything, if you're totally in alignment with who you are and you're listening to the instruments that are given to you, and those instruments are given to you to guide you to the zone or to let you know you're off track, so you can slowly get it back there. But if you do that and you're feeling fantastic, and fantastic has no limit, by the way. It's just fantastic. Go as high as you can. Knock yourself out. Find enlightenment if you want, if you can. But if you find that, you will almost be unbeatable in life. Not just work, but in life. People will want to deal with you. You don't have to be the best looking person, but you'll be super attractive. Like super. People will want to be around you. People will be pulled into you. They'll want to be connected to you because it's your energy. It's addictive. So if you're living a life that's out of sync, so it's out of sync with your higher, better self, people will feel it. People will feel it.
You do feel it all the time.
You do. If you're a liar and you're just a liar, people can feel it.
Yeah.
That's why never lie to someone when you're doing business, or ever. But it's like in business, I was at a house yesterday and the guy asked me something and I knew he needed to know the answer. I said, look, I don't know. I'll have to call the owner on that one. I don't know. I should know, but I don't know. And you want to know how deep the jetty was at Fegans Bay?
Yeah.
I said, I haven't been told it, but I'll find out straight away for you. I could have fluffed around and you know, he had two questions actually, and I didn't know either of them. And I knew everything else. All the other questions I knew. And the conversation was going great. He says, and you might know this, I don't know. I didn't even check. I should have asked Zach. Zach's not a boatie, so we didn't really go into it. But
yeah, no, he never.
He said, does the jetty have power? I was like, I actually don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like now, I'm like meant to be one of the best agents around here, and I don't even know that.
Yeah,
you know. But I told him I don't know. I'll find out for you straight away. And if you do that in life, the blunter the better. That's what I say. The blunter the better. Because if you're really blunt, people know what they're going to get. If you're really blunt, and it might be embarrassing sometimes. It might be like, you know what? I actually lost your keys. I've lost your keys. Not, I've put them here and I can't find them and we didn't code them right, blah, 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 trying to just skirt around it. I just said, look, we actually lost them. I will find them. I'll turn everything upside down, but do you have another set?
Yeah, you are very much like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've said some cracking things over the years that have made me giggle, but they've moved things forward.
Yeah.
It's cut through.
It's like ask the kids, you know, when the kids, like if someone's here, whether it's Georgia or Tara or somebody, and they say, do you like how this looks? And I'll say, not really. Everyone goes, oh, gee. I said, well, no, I don't. But I don't.
Yeah.
But you ask me if I do or don't. And people might say, oh, that's insensitive. No, it's not, because they know when I give them good feedback, it's real. That's how I feel. You know, I don't ever want to be one of those people that it's like,
you just tell everybody what they want to hear.
yeah, you know, even an appointment. I forgot an appointment. Like, remember you didn't put an appointment in my diary the other day. Remember?
I did.
Yeah, at 9:30.
Yeah.
At Baddo Bay. I said to you, tell her you didn't put it in.
Yeah.
And say, oh, Matt got stuck or this or that, la la la. Tell her you didn't put it in. That's all you have to say. What do we do? I can go straight there. I'll be there in an hour. The blunter, the better. Remember that. Because when you've got this energy, and remember, energy, emotion, frequency, it increases your frequency. You never have to mentally skirt around anything. You don't have to remember, oh, I said this and said this sort of stuff. That's distracting. That's like all over the place. So, one, you have to be the best version of yourself. You have to be. Like, be on that mission for life, for your own self. It's great for your mental health. Like Jackson said to me the other day, my mental health is the best ever. He used to have not so great mental health, didn't you, Jack? A few years ago.
Yeah.
Not so great. He said, my mental health is the best ever, but he's earning it. You earn mental health. That's what I think. You earn, and you know me, I've been in the depths of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone can sit here and talk about mental health, it's me. I've been a drug addict and homeless and this and that and all over the place and had to turn my whole life around. And people might write in and go, well, what do you know about it? You're not a psychologist. No, but I've lived it. Like, I've genuinely lived it. And I've had kids that have had challenges in that area. I've watched it. I've been a part of contributing to it, I think, and also helping them. Like, contributing to the downside because I've been too tough on them sometimes. But also understanding that and changing that and watching them come out of that. But if you look at why Jackson said that to me, and this is in real time, because he's earning it. He's earning the frequency. He goes to the gym. He's cut off his mates that are, some of them that are partying, or not cut them off, but he's chose not to go party. Like, he'll watch them now on Instagram and go, oh, they're drinking, they're here, they're partying. He doesn't do that now.
Yeah.
So where's his frequency going? Higher and higher. He went on a date with a beautiful girl the other day. Like, he's, like absolutely killing it. But he said to her, Dad, she's so beautiful. She walked out of her house. She's stunning. I said, yeah, because you're earning it, Jack. You're aligning with the frequency of better.
It's so true. You earn it. You do 100% earn it.
Yeah, you do. But you've got to listen to all these tools you've got. So let's just round this off and we'll finish in a sec. We're way over 31 minutes probably. 34. Okay. So first of all, where are you? What sort of life are you living? Like, well, let's talk about it. Are you having an affair? Are you creeping off watching porn non-stop when your wife's laying in bed? Yeah, let's just talk about these things. People are probably going, what's he talking about?
Yeah.
But let's think about this, because integrity is massively important.
Yeah.
Huge. You can't live a non-integrous life. And I'm not saying porn's non-integrous, but if your wife doesn't like it and you're creeping around doing it, if you're doing it, if it's open and whatever, go knock yourself out. But if you like living this secret little life over here and trying to be this really inline individual over here, there's a misalignment there, mate.
Yeah.
You know, if you're working at a company and you don't like it and you're talking to all these other people and secretly in discussions, just have a really upfront conversation with the person that you work for first and say, this is what I want to do. This is where I'm at, blah, blah, blah. Like, and be that person that if you leave, and you can leave, not a problem. Leave with respect. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen really average things happen to people You know, when a good conversation, a healthy conversation, look, I'm not completely happy here, but I'm thinking of going over here. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to go meet with them on Thursday or whatever. They might say, get out. That's fine. But at least you're upfront about it. Do you know? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I think you can feel if there's something out of alignment.
Of course you
in
can.
your
It's
life.
like a cancer.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's like a sore thing on your body.
It is.
And you go, but everything else is good.
Yeah, it is. It's you know how they say women just know?
Mm.
Because their senses are so like attuned to things. They're given way more senses than men. Because they've got to listen to the kid that's in the other room that's doing something sneaky over there, and what they're watching this over here, and they're talking to people over here, and they're like tuned into the whole thing. But they just know. You can walk into a room and they know you haven't been honest that day. They know. Yeah, it's because they're heightened. They're listening to those senses. But let's talk about this on top of that. So you want to be healthier, but you're sneaking off into drive-through Maccas,
Yeah.
drinking Pepsis. You know, like it's not in alignment with what you want.
Yeah.
Do you know?
And the thing is on that is when you do it, you know that you shouldn't be doing it straight after.
Yeah.
Like you eat the meal and you go, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, shouldn't have done that. But here's the thing. Yes, energy increase, frequency increase. When you make the sacrifice and you don't do it, you can feel, man, I'm so glad I didn't do that.
Yeah.
You don't go out on Saturday night and you want a better life. So you say today, look, I'm listening to Matt and Jordan. I'm going to get my frequency pumping, because we're going to talk about the reward for this in a sec. I'm going to get my frequency pumping and I'm going to stop drinking. Saturday night comes around, you got a little person on your shoulder. I'm going to have a beer. You deserve it. You go out. Yeah. And and then like Jackson and his mates are there and he's like, oh, who's got the bags? Yeah. Got a few caps. Yeah. Before you know it, you're like down the rabbit hole and feeling terrible.
Yeah,
and
it's 7 a.m. The sun's come up.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's like, I'll see you, my healthy body next Thursday.
Yeah. And frequency is constantly, it's there. You can't get away from the thing. But if you don't go, so you know what, I'm just going to watch Euphoria on Fox tonight, and then I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to go to bed at 9:30, and I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock. Tell me how you feel the moment you wake up.
Yeah, you feel fantastic.
Fantastic. Your frequency has shifted. And now what you got to do is hold on to that frequency. You know why? Because you're making decisions in alignment with your better self. That's what I mean about, it's not the porn or the cheeseburger or the this. It's you have an intention that you've set and you want better. Now you got to live up to the thing. And when you meet that, boom, you feel fantastic. That's where you're at, Jordan, this morning. You are literally right there. Your frequency has gone boom, because you are a vastly different person than 6 months ago when you just wanted to like go and curl up and get in a cupboard and forget the world. Aren't you?
Yeah.
Today you look great, you're in alignment, you're beaming, so your energy is radiating. I'll guarantee you everyone you deal with will feel that today. And they're going to go, that kid is amazing.
Yeah.
Like that kid, that's why you get all that good feedback lately on that thing. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. But it's like, look at it all. Flooding to you. Now, if you were in the toilet shooting up speed, like last night, how are you going to feel today?
I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You wouldn't be, you know?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be. Or if you had something on your mind that was totally distracting you in life because you're like doing something dodgy or you're just not, you know, you're not in alignment with your integrous self, I don't care what you say, I'll feel it. You know, I will feel it. Everyone will feel it around you. It's like, I don't know that guy. I don't trust him that much.
Yeah.
You know? There was a guy that worked for us and he ended up being a real douchebag. And about a year before that, I said to Trev, I just don't trust that guy.
Yeah, you did.
I can't put was it you or Trev? I said, I can't put my finger on it. I just don't trust that guy.
Yeah.
And he ended up being one of the worst people that had ever entered our company. The worst.
Yeah, you didn't have a good gut feeling from the beginning.
Everything in my power to not go and visit that guy. But it's like, move on. Frequency is not around us anymore. He's in his little dirtbag world somewhere else. But we are moving on and we're doing better than ever, aren't we?
Best we've ever done.
Better than ever. Yeah. So listen to your emotions. Feel amazing. when you're excited, try and hold on to that. And the key now is to move your frequency up slowly and surely. If you're feeling worried or anxious, that's okay. You've just got to understand it and move from it. But you can't go from worried to pumped in 2 seconds. It's why are you worried? Like, why are you worried?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, but why are you? Like, what is it? What's the thing making you worried? So is it like when your kids are upset you, or is it like you've got a financial, like really difficult financially? And here's the thing, let's talk about that for 1 sec, financially. If you're finding things difficult financially, you got to remember you're born with no money.
Yeah.
You're born with no money. So have you got more than that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So whether you believe in God or not, whatever you believe in, you're born, you don't have any money, you don't have any clothes, you don't have any car, you don't have anything, like not a thing. You got a couple of parents that maybe you like, maybe you don't. I don't know. And it's like, that's it. So you can't go lower than that. So you're okay. But you have to make some decisions. It's no different than making decisions about going out. So if you've got money difficulty, you got to start making some decisions on getting a sense of stability in your life. If you're worried about money, then you've got to say to yourself, if you've got $50 at the end of the week, you got to save $10, just 10. And I'm being extreme here, like $50. So save $10 and literally learn to live on the rest. But you've saved $10. So you're moving ahead slowly and surely. You go to a year down the track, and if you've saved $10 a week, you've got $520 saved. Yeah? So you're moving ahead.
Yeah.
And you know what will happen when you start to get a little bit stable? You'll move from that worry permanently.
I tell you just on that, which is really interesting. Somebody said, I can't remember what it was, but it's like, if somebody that looks and feels like you and has lived the same life has done it, then you have no excuses. I love that.
Yeah,
like
exactly
it's so
right.
true. But how many clients do we have that we sit down, they're in these beautiful estates, and you say, well, what's your story? And they say, well, we come here on a boat with no money in a suitcase when we were 36.
Phil.
Yeah.
Phil and Mariana.
Best people
Come here
ever.
with, what, $40 in their bank?
Yep.
$40 in a suitcase they came with. He's got millions of dollars now.
Millions and millions.
Millions. Because it's perspective. So was he excited? Or was he...
That's what he said. He said, when we turned up here, it was like the relief, because they left
Yeah.
the Soviet Union, and they
Yeah.
said it was like a new page in our book. And they just went, great, and off they went. But it's so true. They started from zero at
Yeah.
such an older age
Didn't they?
and built such a vast amount of wealth. And then there's other people that are like, lived in such a great country, has been for a long time. It's a bit unusual at the moment, but are still complaining about money.
Yeah, they are. That's exactly right. Living on the pension, some people. Like if you were 65 and you had to be on the pension, I'd be going to myself, how do I get wealthy in the next 10 years? So I'm 75 and I'm loving life and I can travel around the world, do whatever I want to do. That's what I would say to myself because like it's all in your control. It's I was going to say something when you were talking then about I can't remember now. This where we're at the moment in the world. So it's probably the most extreme where we're at right now. You know, lockdowns, government, corruption, this, that, forcing, whatever, mandates, all these things going on. But I'm looking for the massive opportunity that's coming.
Yeah.
I'm forming relationships with people at the moment for different reasons, all sorts of, some of the best ever. You know how much good's coming out of all this? So much good.
Yeah.
So much. Amazing expansion. So one thing I was going to say with worry, fear, uncertainty, that's a place that you don't want to be. So it's like a low vibration. But the expansion that can come from that
the growth.
that's how you expand. So when you've been there with your Audi and you're stuck financially, but you have expanded 1,000-fold from that.
Yeah.
You were upside down financially, zero. You looked great.
Yeah.
You looked like Tom Cruise coming out of his fighter jet every day, but you had nothing.
Yeah.
You were
Spending
way
way more than I
way
had.
in the red.
Yeah.
Looking, yeah,
That's the thing with finances. You can see where the issue is.
yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But look at you now, like literally powering, but you've expanded from that. But it took a while, and I think sometimes we want things too quickly. Sometimes we want to be John McGrath in 3 years. take 30 years.
Yeah.
Literally take 30 years. But enjoy, go back to what we were saying. The juice is in the journey. Like, really, the juice is. The juice is that agent beat me to that property. How do I get some tools? How do I get better? So I get them next time. Like, it's so fun. So fun. Like, sure, I might have had a really crap month this month, but what about the desire you've got for next month?
Yeah.
What about the desire you've got to never make that happen again? And you're going to have massive years, year after year after, because of this crap month you've just had. Like, you got to look at it that way, not go, oh, it's not working for me. I'd be like, how do I prospect hard? Because someone in Australia is having a massive month. What are they doing? What you said before. What are they doing? Go do that and make it a part of your life and make it a part of you. But you've got to stay in that excitement zone. So the zone is nothing more than controlling your emotions and hovering in a frequency of excitement, eagerness, passion, pumpedness, focusedness, happiness, appreciation. Where in that did I say worry?
Yeah, not there.
The second you're in worry, you're out of the zone. So if Kelly Slater woke up that morning and said, I'm really worried about Joel Parkinson's ability to do a snap under the lip at Pipeline. He's one of the best pipeline surfers ever in the history. If he woke up thinking that, what would have happened?
Yeah, it would have taken over his mindset.
Yeah. He would have
lost.
flipped out of the zone. Whole world was watching, and he won the world title. So, Jord, do you want to finish on this today?
Yep.
Yeah? Where to from here?
You want me to finish or you?
I don't know. Where to from here?
Well, look, recapping it all, I think if you can feel if something's not right in your life, whether it's finances, family, you haven't seen your kids, you're not happy at your job, I think the first thing to do is to solve that. That will move you a step closer to a better frequency. And once you get into that position, it's little steps. It's chip to a good frequency. Look at Jacko.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. Sorry, go.
Well, like I've watched Jackson with you for years. Like in the past 6 months, every day he comes in, he's another foot closer to wherever he's going. Better person, nicer person, better financially, healthier. I'm watching his body change, dates with girls, things like that. This is over a year, but it hasn't just been I'm a different person. It's been a little bit every day, little bit, and now we've got this Jackson.
Now we got this
Jackson.
Jackson.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Great Jackson.
It's like a brother to me. Really proud to watch.
Yeah, it is. It's you're right. So what I'm hearing from you,
it's slow, just a little bit at a time, little bit at a time.
After like almost 30 years of being in real estate, I never think, I've been in it 30 years, I need to slow down and retire. Like I'm like, how do we make this year a bit better than next? But it's always a bit better. Like it's not like so much better.
Yeah.
Like just a bit. Even today, like I'm like, you walked in and said, okay, what we got today? Blah, blah, blah. Like I'm excited about the flow of the events today. And, how do we make like the listings good and all that sort of stuff. So it's like really about being in the presently today. And then how do you make it really amazing? But also I think aligned with that is how do you create the best version of yourself alongside what you're doing? So if you're in business or you work at somewhere or whatever else, but how do you make yourself, I think they go hand in hand. So when you walk into somebody's house, you are the walking advertisement for yourself. You want them to go, when you leave, you want them to go, and someone else comes in and they're like not having the best day. You want them to go, wow, that other guy, man, he's amazing. Because they can feel your energy.
People always remember how you made them feel.
That's exactly right. So I don't know. We could probably talk more about frequency over time, but I think the things out of today is it's a slow journey. The juice is in the journey. Frequency is a tool that you've been given to direct you. And do you think we have destiny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not exactly destiny, but I think what you think. I think like everybody's here to play their part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think destiny is about, no matter what you do, I think your destiny is about finding your greatness. I really do. I think that's why we're put on earth, to experience things and find what we're capable of. But I think unless you really work hard on yourself and understand, these amazing gifts that we've been given, you could quite easily end up older on the pension.